serving that Jamie. You not the plug, boy, you just a trainee. I used to trap in the burrow with AB. I take a rap nigga down for his AP.
All right, I'm here with none other than Yung Coby, independent artist out of Killeen, Texas, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Blessed.
Blessed, man. That's the word of the day. It's definitely one of them days. Nice day outside, man. Wanted to come in and get some content, man. I'm glad you had the time to come sit down with me, and just kind of touch back on things. I know we had an interview, probably a little over a year ago at this point, huh? Or just about a year.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Yeah.
It flew by.
Flew by. Tell me and the people, kind of give us an update on, what we've been missing out on the last year or so.
Man, I mean, shit, I still been dropping projects, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do. So it's really been like a uphill battle. Low key kind of, but to the people it may not look like it, but shit, sometimes you lose motivation for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I was at a point where I was like, I wasn't really just caring too much about because I mean I accomplished damn near everything I wanted to accomplish with rap. You feel me?
Independent.
Independently in a short amount of time. Like I did my own tours. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 million views, 1 million plus views. I went viral. I'm getting paid off rap. I can pay my bills. Sometimes when them checks come in, I can pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's next?
Right.
Like now, like I gotta set bigger goals now because the goals that I had, like I accomplished them hoes.
Right.
I went on tour with one of my favorite rappers, like so.
Yeah, exactly. You want to touch on that at all? Who you went on tour with?
Yeah,
things like that?
Shout out Big Jump. That's my boy, man. He's another one of the top artists in Killeen right now, I would say. He introduced me to Wiz Khalifa. He introduced me to Will, Taylor Gang. Really damn near the whole Taylor Gang he introduced me to. And one day he called me. He said, come on, you going on tour with Wiz with me.
That's hard.
Shit, I packed my shit and we left.
What else you gonna say, right? You ain't gonna be like,
yeah,
I got something to do. We finna get that worked out. Yeah.
I damn near had tears in my eyes, but
right.
I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, I grew up watching Wiz. Like,
right.
this is one of the biggest artists. Like, before Drake just got big and shit, like I was jamming Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah,
you know
and he had the streets in a chokehold, bro.
Yeah, like
I'm talking about. I'm from Cove. I'm not from Killeen. I'm from down the way. But even there, I mean, everybody had the camo cargos, the Chuck T. That's why That's why I still wear Converse. All
what I'm saying,
majority of my shoes Chuck T's, and it's really because that influence. I don't really have nobody before that I ever seen that wore like sneakers, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have to have. And I remember watching a lot of his interviews when I was younger. And that was part of the reason why he had them and promoted them is because they're not as expensive, but they still could be fly shoes. And then you see the Comme Garçon doing the collabs with them and stuff like that. I had an independent hand painted artist, F&F, do me some. Yeah. You know what I mean, on some Chucks. So definitely influential. That's big.
Hell yeah.
That's big.
That kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of changed my perspective on shit. Like,
yeah.
After I came off of that, I think that's when I really just took a break.
Right.
And was like, and just reflected on everything. Because I be moving so fast. Like, when you work for yourself, when you're independent, you don't really care for taking breaks.
Right. You always feel like you got to take a step forward.
Yeah,
right.
But the breaks, they'll take you if you don't slow your ass down, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
facts.
even when it comes like to my health and shit, like you'll get sick getting up every single day, working, going to sleep late as hell, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like your body will shut down on you. So that shit started happening to me a lot too, you know what I'm saying? So I had to start focusing back on my health, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got kids and shit too, so family.
One big thing you mentioned earlier, when you were talking about everything, was that you kind of get drained from the process. Going and doing the mundane and doing what you need to do day in and day out.
It is just me.
Exactly.
Like when it comes to the hands-on hard everyday work, like it's just me. Like I got people, you know what I'm saying? Shout out K-Wall, like he finds me a lot of opportunities and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like shit slowed down right now. But I'm still on the end, I'm still in the nucleus. I'm still the nucleus. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this cell still gotta run.
Exactly.
So I'm still in this motherfucker working every single day, making new connections, making new music, booking shows and shit, and just, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like,
Sometimes a point guard ain't always, he ain't always the one taking the shot. He might be the one, dishing it out. He might be the one, that had to take him a 5, like you said, to get his rest, but he on the sidelines calling what need to be. And you know what I mean? If you have a team or a collective or a group of people around you that are responsive to that, and they know what the end goal is for the team, it's seamless. You can still make it work. Being able to take that break you need. You know what I mean? Versus going so hard by yourself. So you should look into that moving forward. I know, not in the same sense as being an artist, but just working independently. I have to kind of get it off my chest too to be able to pick up a team. It's hard for me and my ego, because it's not that I don't want people to help. It's that I feel like I put so much individual work into it.
Yeah.
I can't just have anybody come
exactly
be involved with it, and then that, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
so
exactly how I feel too, bro. Like, it's a blessing and a curse, but at the same time, you know what the hell you want. Like, you know how your shit's supposed to go. You know what type of brand you got. You know what you want here, what you don't want here. You know, like, what type of people you want to fuck with. You know who you don't want to fuck with. So it's like, that's the same thing with me, bro. Like, I'm not. I didn't had at one point I done had a full-fledged team. Like, somebody doing this, somebody doing that, somebody doing this, but motherfuckers get to disappearing and getting lazy and like, nah, bro, what happened to all that energy you just had when we first, like, I got the same drive, bro. Like,
all the time.
Even when I said I took a little step back and I chilled out for a minute, like, I have the same. I'm still me. I'm still turned with this shit. Like, I still can show you how to get your music career off the ground and pop.
That's one of the things, is your adaptability. I was talking to someone the other day about it as well, is that when you come up in an environment where you had to adapt, it may have been one of the hardest things you had to do, but since you're already so accustomed to being able to adapt, people aren't seeing the effort. They're not seeing the underneath. They just seeing that you composed about it. And so it's harder to express that to people. And then when you do or able to express that, it comes off a type of way, because they feel like, oh, he just doing this or he just doing that for this. And it's like, no, it gets hard for everybody at some point. Everybody has to admit that, as human beings. Individually, you can say you have drive and you can get a lot done, but as humans, you can't. That's just one of the facts.
Especially if you haven't found your source of income yet.
Right.
That's
stressful.
Like, like, I remember when I was there, when I didn't know, like, how I was finna get paid to pay these bills the next month. Like, when then, like, that shit's scary, but at the same time, it's like, that shit creates character, bro. So I feel like I'm at a point now to where it's like, damn, I finally can. Like, I got the bread now to invest in whatever the fuck I want to invest in when it comes to rap. But it's like, now, I took so many L's with this shit. Like, I mean, I got shit to show for it, but it's like, okay, now I gotta strategically, like, hit the nail. You know what I'm saying? Hit the head on the nail. Every investment I do, like, I can't pay Say Cheese just to post me and not have a follow up plan behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I think going on that tour, for you personally, it seems like was an eye opener for you in the sense that it made you realize, okay, it does need to be pushed a different, not even maybe harder. You may have been doing things a certain way on your level that were
try different routes.
Yeah, your media may have been way harder, or this may have been way harder, but then you see it and step back from it again, and like you just said, you were going through your whole trial of building it. Now you're like, okay, what can I tweak to get from this point to that point now? Man, you know what I mean?
Bro, that nigga Wiz got a system.
Yeah.
It ain't too much changed up from the first day to day. Like, the same people you see, them same niggas is still there, bro.
Same one, same guys.
I'm meeting all of them. It's like, damn, everybody is like exactly how we see them, but like, these niggas got real tasks. Like, they have a bunch of fucking fun and smoke a lot of weed, but everybody's rich. Mm-hmm. All these niggas got a job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Wiz always like, and it's so crazy that I got to do that, And I was blessed enough to have somebody who's tied in over there, you know what I'm saying? And real enough to reach that hand out like, come on.
Exactly.
Because I structured my whole shit off of Taylor Gang from the beginning. Like, the videos, that's what made me want to vlog.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa.
Exactly. The day-to-days.
Yeah, that's what made me want to have a team of like, that's who I learned how to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it wasn't for Wiz, I wouldn't know how to get on the stage and not be scared.
Right.
And when I seen him doing, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
he breaks the medium for a lot of artists, you know, a lot of people in general. I remember one of my favorite tapes of his. It's not really on a lot of DSPs. Is Taylor Allardyce, because they include little excerpts that he did, little radio interviews he did, and he's talking about building his team and different nuances like that. Like, this is some shit we building together. You feel me? You have to have people that not only share the same vision but are willing to sacrifice the same or more in order to get to the same vision as you, because they might see your vision or understand some of the stuff you're saying, but then it comes down to, oh, now you got to be up till 2:33 every morning. Then they like, oh, well, I didn't know that was part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you got to do this, or you got to send out 400 emails. And they like, well, I got to do this with this. Like, you got to understand, bro, you gonna give up a lot. That's what it takes. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times, you know, your kids a lot of time when you form these groups, you're a lot younger. You're 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah,
and so as you get older, things change, people's perspectives change, and people like Wiz just got lucky. He found some real ones early on, and they were willing to commit to the same types of stuff he was and take the same types of losses as him, and that's why he got there, and that's why you keep them types of people with you. You know what I mean? Because they might get on your nerves, they might, you know what I mean, always have something to say, but if you know when you step back from it, it's gonna push the brand Yung Coby forward, you gotta keep them. You got to figure out a way to work them into your system, because once the system is set, you can just turn the power button on.
Exactly. And also another thing I learned, sometimes I don't like trying to change people. You know what I'm saying? I think I read in, I want to say, was it Mastery by Robert Greene? There was like, you got to let people exist.
Exactly.
As who they are.
Right.
And learn how to use them.
Right.
And it, like exactly what you just said, and implement them in what you got going on. Because
Exactly.
everybody can be used a certain way.
Exactly.
So,
and I think people take that offensively sometimes too, especially when you're a business owner or you're someone in control of something, and then you say it like that. But it's not a detrimental thing. It's not something.
Yeah, nah.
It's like water. You use water to live.
Exactly.
So you have to take it like that. It's something that without your factor, if you're put in this system, the system would not be able to compete. So you have to understand your importance and just play that role.
Exactly.
You know?
So if I reach out to a nigga and I'm asking them to come help me, or like if I'm them, I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Kobe need me to come.
Right.
Bet. Okay, maybe I can. Cause bro, it's people who I didn't work with who've probably gone and did bigger shit than me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just being 100% honest. It's niggas who done came and set up under me and soaked the game up and went and did some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't never want a nigga to think like that they owe me anything, cause, bro, no. I want to see everybody win. Like, I'm here. Whatever game a nigga can soak up from me, call my damn phone, FaceTime me, text me, message me. Like, niggas know that, but a lot of people pride is in the way. And I don't have no complex, bro. Like, I damn near lost my ego a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying like Hinduism and Buddhist and shit like that. And I studied all the religions. I think that's what basically made me kill my ego. Like, when I started studying religion. But I basically felt like what's the word I'm looking for? I resonated with the Buddhists the most.
Okay.
So, like, I could still go in rooms with people who not as big as me, or people who not really own nothing, and I could I'm gonna still treat everybody the same.
Exactly.
I'll never treat a nigga. You feel me? Like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna treat a nigga like he under me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta treat the janitor like the boss.
Exactly.
Because it realistically too, for a lot of other people, and really us included, at any moment you can be either or. It's just a series of decisions.
Yeah,
Like you said, like we discussed prior, it's just about putting a plan together. Some people maybe don't have the access to info.